Great. So we're recording
Thank you.
uh, Tikkun Olam committee meeting February 23rd, 2026. Um, Rich and Sharon, would you give us a report on the Love Day event with Pastor Parks?
It was lovely.
Um, yeah, it was great. We had 10 Macomb members attend. Rich graciously met the ones who wanted to carpool at Macomb and drove them down. It was at some community center where we had a lot more room.
Mhm.
Um, the timing was, um, we were there and we were done, by he wanted us out by 12. I don't know. We left at 12, but I'm pretty sure they were done pretty much after. Um, he did acknowledge our nice donation and that we attended. Um, uh, Carol Roskind, who I didn't really know, has made a friend at this
Yeah.
church, and that's how this woman called Carol and said, "Are you coming down?" I don't think Carol read about it in any of our publications, but anyway, the only difference I noticed was that when we were actually at the church, like the local a couple people from the local police station came over. Um, I didn't notice as many corporate groups. I didn't see DoorDash. Some group,
DoorDash did not participate to the extent they've participated in the past.
right.
I think they gave some, I
The
think they gave,
biker group guys showed up at the end and it looked like they were going to deliver the meals, but I don't know if it lost some of its little neighborhoodness when it was over. I don't know. What else do you want to add, Rich?
no, no, I think it ended about 1 o'clock because
Oh,
I
okay. So
talked to
that's
David
later
back.
than I thought. Yeah.
I talked to David back and afterwards and he stayed. He
Okay.
stayed on for a while and helped clean up. But
Oh, okay.
there was a lot, as usual, there's a lot of standing around too, so. But yeah, it was still very nice. It's amazing what he can pull together. It really is.
Yes.
Well, that's
And it was probably
wonderful.
about 850 meals, I think is what his goal was.
That sounds really lovely. I'm sorry I couldn't make it this year,
So,
but there's next year. It sounds like this is an annual event that we can look forward to next February also.
yes.
So thank you, Sharon and Rich. Amy, can you give us a report on the Hasset group?
We're just trying to get ourselves on the map more. So it seems that we were fulfilling a lot of the mitzvahs ourselves, which just wasn't giving the momentum for what we really need to create. So we've gotten much better at delegating and offering it up to volunteers because we do have a lot of volunteers, and everyone has been extremely grateful for that and taken that on. So that's good. I think that we are okay. We don't have anything planned right now for another event, but we're just moving forward. We have challahs in the freezer because the clergy will take a jam bag if they're going to visit someone, and we wanted to make it a little bit different for us to take to someone if they're not feeling well, had surgery. So we have challahs in the freezer with bags to make a little bag for them with a nice note. So that's kind of like where we're at right now, I think.
That sounds lovely. I noticed that in the announcements we've said for
We
people
added
to
that.
reach out.
That was huge. That was huge because I think the people who would love to come to services don't realize if they're doing it from Zoom that this is something offered to them. So by putting it in the minutes, I think if they hear that, then they can reach out to Stacy, who will then reach out to us. So
Lovely.
hopefully there'll be more movement in that too.
Yeah. And it also helps get the word out a little more. Um,
Exactly.
Not everyone reads, every email, and not
Right.
everybody reads all the announcements. So
Right.
it's kind of nice to have that announcement at services.
Right.
That's really great. Um, I wanted to do a quick report on our Martin Luther King Day of Action that we did with Love Learning. Um, I thought it was wonderful. I did not appreciate just how many Love Learning students there are until I saw the sanctuary completely full and every room completely full. Um, so that was really lovely. I thought it was great that Cantor had Martin Luther King song that day, and that the teachers all made a point to talk about, why are we doing this? And I thought that was great. Um, just some notes for next year. Definitely one thing I learned this time is that we brought supplies and said this was like, for example, this is for second grade or this is for third grade, we need to split them up by classes next year. Sounds logical. I didn't think of it. So we would end up with, all the supplies in one room and then a bunch of us running them to the other places. So just mental note, we have to split them up by class next time. And next year, we'll have a new Lev Learning director. And so I hope this can be an annual thing, but we will need to, of course, talk with the next person that comes in. And I hope that they're on board with continuing this. The feedback I got from some of the students was great. I had a fourth grader tell me that this is the best thing she's ever done at Sunday school, and we need to do it every year. And I said, okay, I will do my best to see if we can continue that. And obviously the puppies were, the highlight of everybody's day. Um, so, and our recipients of these various projects were thrilled to be thought of. And I had fun delivering some of them, and that's been really great. And they hope we can keep doing this. So hopefully, my goal, I would love to have this every year. So we will see if we can. Anybody else have anything they want to add regarding the day of action or anything else we've been working on? Okay, then I think we will be moving on to new business.
Maida had her hand up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Maida. I didn't see you. I was looking down at my notes.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I don't know if this goes right here or not, but
Absolutely.
all right. So Lake County United, that's where I was right before this. I was on Lake County United. They're pushing forward with housing, and they're trying to get some relationships with people in North Chicago, because apparently there's another group that is now now building homes, only it's like one home at a time in North Chicago, affordable housing in North Chicago. So they're going to see where they can go with that. They'd like, because they found that the affordable housing that was built in Chicago and is being built, the people who were able to buy it came from affordable rentals. Because their rentals were affordable, they were able to save money and buy the housing. So they're considering and looking at that. They're also considering, of course, an action in July. And the other thing I have is I talked with someone, I know that the rabbi had talked to us about this, and some of us had donated, that the Unitarian Church is still uh, delivering food to people, mostly in Highwood, who fear going out, to the stores and all, and they need some more people to help deliver. If anybody, I mean, it can be a one-person job, but it's a little easier if it's a two-person job.
Maida, is
Where
that
do you
this?
sign up?
I'm sorry, what?
Where do you sign up for that?
I have a contact if you want to contact me and I'm not sure if she's
Okay.
the person, but she's the person I heard it from.
Okay.
And it's Marsha Bernstein. A lot of you know her.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ask her.
there's
She
two Marsha
she
Bernsteins,
can tell you.
but I think she's the one that lives in, well, she used to live in Virginia. Okay.
What?
I think
She
I know,
lives
I
in-
know.
She lives in Highland Park.
She
Yeah,
lives in
okay.
Highland Park. I can,
I know.
if you're interested, give me or maybe I'll just put her contact information in
Yeah.
the chat.
And let's get it to Vanessa, get that contact information. We have a gentleman who's been driving the contributions over from us to the church. I think he'd like to do more. Maybe he's already made this connection or not. So
From what I understand, it involves, they have it all set up, so they buy it from Woodman's. And Woodman, on the appointed day, Woodman's has it all set up, and all that you do is you go to Woodman's, you get the food, and then you have the list of where you're supposed to deliver.
And Maida, just to clarify, is this the same neighbor to neighbor food collection that we've been doing, or is this a separate one?
No, this is the same thing that we were doing with the that the Unitarian Church was doing. Yeah.
Great.
Okay. I'll send you I'll put in the chat Marcia's name. Contacts.
Yeah, I had a congregant suggest that we help this organization called Neighbor to Neighbor, and we said, well, actually, we are.
We are,
Like,
yeah.
oh, wonderful. And I said, yeah, no, we are doing it. They had heard about it through the Highwood Library. And,
Yeah.
I said, yes, we are doing it. It's just through the Unitarian Church. So,
Right.
great. So yes, Maida, if you can get us that information, we will get it to Vanessa in the office and anyone else that needs it.
Okay, so
I am looking it up on my phone as we speak.
Andy.
okay, so I don't have any dates to tell you about from the green group, but our things aren't necessarily all about dates. Something, this is an integral part of Macomb, and we're just we have some long-term kinds of things. I think the way our recycling is going, I think it's really not effective. Is with all the signage, we need to get some people who I don't know if it's a matter of putting the word out more that we have recycling and we have compost. And when people put the things in the wrong bin, it's just a waste. It's everywhere. I mean, I go to meetings at the library and it's not done correctly there, or if it's out in the hall. And I don't know what the answer is. I mean, we would facilitate that as much as we could, but it's really I'm thinking, that it's about being mindful. Isn't that what the synagogue teaches? I mean, isn't that Jewish teaching to be mindful and everything matters and nobody is.
Andy, can you clarify when you're speaking of recycling, are you referring to what happens at Macomb or in the larger community?
Well, I would only talk about Macomb because we're
okay.
not, I can't tell you about the senior center and why would you want to know about that? They're not mindful either. But we have all these, we have it set up right, but we might as well not. It's ineffective. And I don't know that that it needs to be more of universal. We just need to have more emphasis, or people need to know this is a community that cares about the earth. And I don't know, our committee is certainly happy to do that. I just not sure I just think everybody should be aware of that we're not just about having a nature walk or, a make less mess dinner, or which we can't seem to get dates for. I'm going to go to the April calendar planning and get that on. But I think there's just still a very big lack of the care that we should be. Yes. Alice?
Yeah,
Alice?
Are you asking me?
I have a couple reaction to it. One is, Andy, I can't think off the top of my head, but you're much more involved in this. Do you know of other places that are being more successful at this? And maybe you can reach out and get some strategies.
That's a good idea.
That's
I
one
think the
idea.
Unitarian
Oh.
Church is very good at it.
Okay, well, you know what? Maybe you can
They
even
might
talk
be,
to Marcia.
they might be, right.
Talk to Marcia.
It's a good
That's
idea.
one idea. The other thing I was thinking, this is along the line of my involvement right now with Tikkun Olam, is I wonder if this would be a good mitzvah project for a kid to like do more signage or more
that part.
communication. No, I mean,
No, that part, that's
well,
already been, we have tried that. I've just spoken to a kid and suggested that, and as the rabbi pointed out, it wasn't going to be successful. It has not been successful. I've put way more into it than
well,
and I made that suggestion, but maybe I
no.
could make it again.
Well, I'm just, I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
don't know, I
have
think,
that idea.
well, or maybe speaking more generally to not to the kids directly, maybe to the teachers of emphasizing it. I don't know. I
So
mean,
actually, Andy, can you clarify? Are you referring to the classrooms or the office, or are you referring to when we gather together at an ONEG? I'm just unclear about what type of recycling you're
Well,
referring
first of
to.
all, we should be disposing of things that have to be disposed of properly. It's as simple as that. There's a way to do it and a way not. It's not just the kids, it's not just the people having a meeting in the library. I'm not as familiar in the office. So I'm not going to make a comment about that.
and okay, no,
Where
I just
and
I guess I'm not aware of what you're referring to.
you go in the library and you see there's a recycling and a garbage, and you
Uh-huh.
look in the recycling and there's 2 plastic bottles and the rest is dirty Kleenex. That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about.
Okay. Um,
wait,
I would be
I just want to barge in here again.
sure. Go ahead, Alice.
I understand what you're saying. There are very few people that are really knowledgeable about the proper way to recycle. That's the be all and end all of it. I know you're really into it. I've been a recycler for 20, 25 years, maybe even longer than that. But you know what? A lot of people, that's not on their minds. So I'm just thinking, I don't think we can just say, well, people should be mindful. Yes, people should be mindful, but I think there has to be ways of continuing to communicate with people. I, it's not. I don't know. It's an issue, but I think they're. I don't know.
Sharon.
All right.
What?
And I'm gonna echo Alice. I even experience this in my own house with my family. People think it's paper, it goes in recycling, and so that's why their Kleenex are in there. I almost think we have to look at this from there need a lot more education at maybe, start working on this for next school year at the begin. This is part of the first day of Love Learning, is that there's somebody there from the green group to explain about it every time. I mean, even when, at every grade level dinner, you know,
Yep.
at our, even they'll make less mess dinners. I mean, people really n need to hear it. When I go to Botanic Garden, I am so confused by their signage, and they have, what.
Yeah, oh,
So
crazy.
I'm sure I make mistakes, and I understand how people get confused, but I don't think we can just assume that putting it in on Facebook or something. I think we actually have to have some direct instruction if we want to be successful, and I don't know how that would look, and I don't want to, you know, and how to make people not feel
Shamed.
like we're,
Hmm.
talking about it too much. But I honestly think that we need some direct instruction at the beginning of the year with the first of whatever kind of event, whether it's a dinner or a meeting or whatever, whoever, on Sunday morning at adult ed, the first adult ed of the,
Yeah. So Amy, did you have your hand up?
I know that it's a very complicated educational process. And I think that people are just kind of asleep at the wheel when it comes to the importance of the earth. I think they are. I think that the Green Group has tried tirelessly to present programs to educate people, and they probably get a smattering of people. So I think that the concept of the beginning of the year going over in each classroom, I think that's really a viable approach. Education, education. I mean, even when Jay had the program at the library and I was out of town, I mean, I was like, wow, I would have liked to have gone to that program. So I think that the answer lies in education. I think that the custodial staff needs education. And I think that everyone who comes, maybe when we have the gatherings, maybe 10 minutes from someone from the Green Group explaining what recycling looks like, a 5-minute spiel, so that hopefully at the end of that meal, you have a better success when you look in those bins and you see it properly done. Other than that, I mean, people are people, and there's going to be those that comply in a mindful way and those that really don't take the time to care, unfortunately, because you would think that Macomb would be much more the other. So I understand your frustration.
The main,
So I think maybe,
the ONIGs are supposed to have only compostable, the bins that people put their stuff in. Everything is supposed to be compostable. So there's no confusion. I don't really know if that's, I mean, I was with someone, using the 3 thing and telling them what to do, but maybe we need, all of the dinners should be that way. If
Yeah,
now we have a
think that.
dishwasher, we should be starting to use reusables.
I was told that the last event, everything goes into one bin. Everything's compostable.
Right.
Everything. And I thought,
Right.
wow, that's easy
Right,
Mhm.
and manageable.
right.
So
That's why
Andy,
we did
why don't you come up with some talking points or some issues, and maybe we can look into it further? And if you want help brainstorming some ideas, I'm sure we can help with that. I I don't have an answer right now, but why don't we brainstorm?
Okay. Well,
Andy,
I
you
will
should write a
definitely go
book.
there to the green group. We haven't had a meeting. We missed this month. And we will put that, we keep thinking we need someone at the bins, but nobody can be there all day long. And we've got this,
No.
we've got the Montessori, and I did suggest it to a kid that find some strategic times and you could just monitor help people recycle, help people put their disposables. I'd like to have a sign on the door that says no plastic water bottles. Why do you need them?
I think that that is a personal, I agree with you, but that is probably not something we can necessarily have a
We
policy
have no
about.
nuts. We have no nuts in the building. That's a good,
Um, Also, Montessori does not answer to us. They have
yeah.
their own rules and regulations. They rent from us, but
They, there's renters, there's things that renters have to do. There's rules about that.
if
And
you
you can do that.
why, okay, so Andy, why don't you come up with some talking points and some ideas?
Okay.
And we can brainstorm. Many of these are things that would need to go through the office. The lease with the Montessori is probably not something the Tikkun Olam committee has much to do with. But if you would
Right.
like to include that, why don't you write up some talking points and some ideas, and we can look at them and try to move
Yeah.
forward.
Okay.
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 Anyone else on the, okay. Rich, could you talk to us about the postcard campaign with Reclaim Our Vote?
Yeah, well, actually, there's two things.
Uh-huh.
One, I'll piggyback a little bit on what Maida said. On March 19th, so long story short, Rabbi and I and Alan Green was on a lobbying call organized with JCOA and Mano a Mano with Bob Morgan. And these are the people that actually do has two groups. One's a support network, which brings food to, people afraid of going out for ice,
Mhm.
and also has a rapid response network. The rapid response network is very active up in Waukegan and North Chicago and Zion, and we're trying to get it more active in the southeast Lake County area, Highwood, Wheeling. So on March 19th, we are hosting Mano a Mano, and we're going to open it up to everybody from Religious Leaders United at 7 o'clock at the temple. And Mano a
Oh,
Mano is
good.
pardon?
Good. That's great.
That's the megaphone. That's it.
I didn't know the date.
Oh,
So there'll be I'm sure it's March 19th.
oh, I'm not here.
So,
We have
March,
it down as March
I thought it was
16th.
March 16th,
Thank you,
right?
because
The
my wife
Monday
just got
night.
mad at me because I have a conflict. So I was just double checking. I thought I was wrong. So yes, it's March 16th, Monday, March 16th. We are hosting it. Mano a Mano is gonna put together, in the process of putting together a flyer. We're reaching out to Religious Leaders United, and it's open to anybody. Primarily, it's going to be, what rapid responders do, and hopefully get people to sign up. But based upon what Maida just said, we'll include something about being, it's a different chat on the support network. Yes.
Will it be on Zoom?
Don't know. That's a good yeah, we probably should make it virtual also.
Okay, good.
And Rich, is
Right.
that we're hosting at Macomb?
We're hosting at Macomb.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's March 16th at 7
Okay.
p.m.
7 p.m. Okay.
So,
There's a
Rich,
board meeting that night, so the temple's open. So it means we don't have to have additional staffing. It also means the board members are not going to attend or have a choice. I know which one I would choose, but I'm not on the board, so it makes it easy.
Um,
So
And-
that's one thing. And
and
so
then
anything we can do
postcards.
anything we can do to start publicizing it and opening it up to everybody would be great.
okay. So Rich, you don't know this, but there's a second county clergy group now. So, and I announced it there this morning. So there is now also, the Religious United is just our little area. So this is now Lake County Clergy Action Network.
Oh,
Right? I think that's right. LCAN. So,
Okay.
okay,
yeah.
great. So
But if you prefer LCON, that means God is here. So,
Oh,
it's
I like that.
yeah.
I don't qualify, so I guess it doesn't
So so anyway, so I announced to them today, and they were the folks on the call were very excited about it. So hopefully that means some signups.
I mean,
Great.
And then I got it, as I sort of passed 3 or 4 election cycles, we have partnered with Reclaim Our Vote, which is part of, which is the postcarding organization from whoever the Religious Action Center uses, and I can't think of who it is. And they reached out and says they have some opportunities to postcard for the primaries. You know, they had something in Wisconsin for the Supreme Court election and something for Virginia for their redistricting vote. The good or bad news is Wisconsin primaries, they got rid of all their addresses. We had agreed to do 1,500 postcards for Wisconsin and 1,500 for Virginia. Wisconsin got all used up, so we're going to do 3,000 for Virginia. I just have all the materials, so I will be getting most of it put together, taken to the temple by the weekend, because then we're out of town for 10 days. And these postcards have to be mailed by April 6th, I think is the last date.
By April 6th.
I think so. I guess I should look, but I'm pretty sure.
I
But
think you
but the
mentioned,
packets will be available to temple for this weekend.
great,
Oh, good.
great. Yeah, should we set up a table maybe at the perm spiel to give those out?
Yes,
I will be
I
there.
just won't be there. We're out of
Okay.
town, so. But I will get the stuff together.
Okay. Yeah, I will be there. I can help pass out.
I'll be there also, and I was just waiting to hear tonight, but I'll reach out to Sammy and Vanessa tomorrow that it needs to be in the Macomb Weekly this week.
And then when we pass the postcards out, are we going to do the sign up sheet as well so we can track whether we get the postcards back? Did we do that last time?
I think we did. There was a sheet where usually they're at the back at the
We
security
didn't get the
desk, and you
postcards
signed that you took
Yeah.
how many you took.
Okay. Okay. I think that's a good idea because we want to make sure that if they're taken, that they get used. Okay, great. So maybe we can think of the perm spiel as our postcard kickoff event.
Okay, are we,
Yeah.
for those of us not going to be at the Purim Spiel, they'll be at security desk?
That's
Is that
what we've
what
done in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we've done in the past.
We'll double check tomorrow and hope. I don't know if it'd be possible. Usually somebody's like makes some announcements during the social part, if they could include that in the announcement at the Purim Spiel. But usually they're at the desk, so you didn't have to walk in the building, and there was a sign out sheet there for the packets.
That's how we've done it in the past.
Right.
We can ask Sharon, can you ask the office tomorrow?
Yeah.
Out?
Okay, so I
Maybe
should
Sharon
ask
tell
them
us.
about pickup place
Mhm.
and in the weekly and Purim Spiel.
Yes.
Okay.
See if we can do
Anything else?
just hopefully we can make an announcement.
Okay.
I'll be there. I'd be happy to do the announcement or however we want to do it. So great. So we will do some postcards again.
And I ordered extra postcards because it's cheaper. So we're also set up for the general election.
Okay,
Hmm.
great.
Andy, you'll be happy to know I have a little stack of envelopes. Over the years, I've taken my postcards and I keep thinking of I'm going to give them back. They'll get to Rich, they can get reused.
Wonderful.
Sounds good. I wanted to, what was it? Oh, I wanted everyone to know about the soup kitchen.
Okay.
So
Did you get the 2 volunteers you needed?
we have 11 volunteers. Sharon came up on Friday And oh, the other thing I wanted to say about it is that apparently they don't want money. That our groceries that we buy are sufficient, but that's not what I was told at the end of last year. So, and the person who's doing it this time, at least for this week, is somebody new. And so things were a little bit different, but I don't know why. I don't know why they wanted more people. And it was kind of like if I got more, I already had the list divided, and but anyway, I think 11 will be fine. They said fine, but they said they weren't expecting money from us. So I wanted to let everybody know that.
Okay. And I guess they just decided they needed more volunteers this time.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's what they said, but I'm not sure.
Well,
11 is, I can't imagine, because the groceries, they're asking, it sounds like there's going to be 70 people. And that's not more than, that's not a huge number. So I
okay.
don't really know.
As long as we're covered.
We're covered, so thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Andy, for attending to that and making sure that our soup kitchen is appropriately staffed. I appreciate your help on that.
You're welcome.
I think does anyone else have anything to add? Yeah, yes, Alice.
Yeah, just one quick thing. So the Tikkun Olam presentations that we've given to the sixth graders in Lab Learning, the green group Andy gave a presentation, and then we had Gratitude Generation. I think they were in January. I reached out to Ashley and the two sixth grade teachers, Mallory and David, about doing something in the spring.
Okay.
They said thanks, but no thanks. They're you know what? They're basically
busy.
booked up. So they
They're
said,
busy.
just, get in touch with us at the beginning of the school year. And, I was trying to get it so that it was at least 3. This time we only had 2, but I don't know. It's hard for them to schedule.
It is. They're
in
busy.
advance. Yeah, they're busy. But
they have a lot to cover, and
so
the year gets short. So
yeah,
I think 2 is great. So
that's what we did this year.
Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
I'm sure the sixth graders appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sharon.
March 1st is Sunday, so we should have a new calendar out. So I'll send an email tomorrow asking for dates for the March calendar.
Okay.
But if you want to send it tonight, that's fine too. And so Janet Lipner sent me an article from the Washington Post, which I think was about you, Rabbi Ike, being in Washington for one of the protests, but I couldn't open it on the way she sent it. So I will open it and read it because I do have access to it, but I haven't. But do you want to tell us about that?
I was in Washington. I was actually in Washington for a conference for TRUA, Rabbis for Human Rights. And the end of that conference, we all went and participated in Jews Against ICE outside of ICE headquarters. And about 1,000 Jewish leaders from around the country converged there in front of ICE headquarters and blew shofars and prayed and sang and things like that, and invited the people inside to change their minds and come out and join us. Sadly, no one took us up on it that day, but well, you never know. So we're working on that. But yeah, oddly enough, I ended up in both the online edition and the print edition of the Washington, 2 different pictures. So so the one in the print edition, I would love to have a copy of. The one on the online edition, I don't think is as good. But the print edition one, which my sister-in-law who lives in Washington sent me, but just like she took a picture of her newspaper, so it's not so good. So, but anyhow, yeah, you wear a colorful kippah and you look like the picture of a rabbi that people buy in Jerusalem. You garner the attention of the photographers.
I know. I saw the online edition and sent it out to a few people. And as I said, it's central casting is Rabbi Ike for representing
right.
person. So
Was it the Washington Post? Did you say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
both
Yes.
the online and the print edition.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
And the story
Janet,
was really,
I think
the story
I have the
was
online one if anybody wants
What
it.
was the date? What date was it in?
10 days ago.
I have the
Wednesday
online
or
one,
Thursday of last week.
and Janet Lipner is in California, so she saw it in California, sent it to a bunch of us here, who, yeah. Um,
So you're nationwide famous and
Yeah.
worldwide famous, I meant to say.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything else they'd like to add before we look toward our next date? Okay, so Vanessa's not here. We might need to check in with her. But let me look at the board
I have the
meeting.
calendar, so I can take a
Okay.
look and see if there's something on.
I think the board meeting is March 16th.
Yes.
Yeah.
it is.
Okay. So
The Washington Post is for February 12th.
February 12th?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to send the link if I can figure out how to do it.
Okay. I think I'm going to talk to Vanessa about whether the 9th or the 23rd is better for her. Is it okay if I email everyone and we'll communicate that? I just don't want to set it in stone without Vanessa's buy-in because I
Yeah.
need her.
But I can tell you for sure that the 9th does not work for me.
Okay, so we are tentatively saying March 23rd.
Probably better anyway, because the 9th's I mean, today's the 23rd.
I
That's
know
only
that's like a week and 2 weeks.
2 weeks or something.
Okay, so I am tentatively saying March 23rd, and if we have to change that after I talk to Vanessa, we will communicate that. So,
One last thing.
yes,
I'm
yes,
sitting here
Andy,
with this. I think I sent an email about these hats.
you
That
did.
maybe people would be interested in knitting. Do you know about these hats, Rabbi?
I think I saw your email, but I don't remember exactly. Someone makes
Well,
them.
This actually, they started this in Minneapolis. You knit these hats and the pattern money goes to help the people in Minneapolis. But the history of them is from Norway, I believe, it could be Denmark. But during the war, they started knitting these Norwegian hats as a protest of the Nazis. And within a 2-year period, they were outlawed and you could get, sent away. If you were knitting one, you couldn't wear one, you couldn't knit one, you couldn't do anything. And so they have brought them back. And I just thought, it's a project and maybe but I didn't hear back. I just figured, but I'm knitting it, so I decided to say something.
I saw your email. I don't knit, but I thought it was a lovely idea.
Okay, you don't think,
You know who knits is Adrienne Levin. We should
right?
send it to her.
Yeah, no, I just thought it would be like tell people, there's lots of people who knit and they might not know about this.
Okay,
And it was just,
Right.
maybe we can send that out more broadly, and if people that knit might.
Well, that's why
Yeah,
I sent it
maybe-
to you, because I thought
Okay.
that would be the way to
Right.
go.
And maybe it's something to go through Stacy on in the office, just to get some publicity on it or something.
Oh, to have one in the office.
I'm not even, I get mixed up myself on who's doing what in the office sometimes, but, so
sure.
you put a little
Yeah.
something in the March newsletter or the April one, they're looking for numbers and
Okay,
something like that.
Okay.
okay,
Well, I have, it tells about it on the pattern
Okay.
where they did it. So that could just be, melt the ice hat, it's called. And
okay.
It was Norway.
Okay.
So should I send you this or you don't care or? would that help?
Go ahead
Send
and
it to
send
who?
it. You can send it to me, Andy, and maybe we
Okay.
can publish it more widely.
Okay,
If
You're
you
on
have an
mute, dear.
example, we can we can, if you get
Well,
your.
I'm right now ripping out, so,
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Rich. I
Right.
just got, that's wonderful.
Actually, this might be the online one, now that I'm looking at it.
There you go.
But Ike's about three pictures down.
Here, I've got your email. I can just forward it. Sammy does the weekly and monthly newsletters, so she would be the one that would need it. I can send this to her and then she can get in touch with you, Andy, for more information or.
Yeah. But maybe if someone can write it up like a little short article for the monthly
okay,
or,
Yeah.
that's easy.
weekly, that would be
Andy,
great.
you want to write an
We'll just plug
article?
it in.
About the hat, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna copy just where the history of it was.
Okay.
And give them the information about downloading the pattern.
Okay. It won't go in. It's the March one is already done though, so it would go in for April.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's okay.
But
I don't
that'd
know
be
how long
good.
these are gonna be.
That's okay.
There's a
Andy,
lot of people wearing red hats at the protests.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not too many hand knit ones, but they're wearing red. They're not wearing caps. They're wearing red hats like this, stocking hats.
When you get yours done, Andy, I think you should take a picture of yourself wearing it to be included in the article.
Okay, well, I'd rather get the article out first.
Well,
I'm gonna get this fit. No,
March is done. Like March
Yeah.
is.
Well, but maybe she could get it into one of the weeklies. So write
Okay.
it up for her.
Write it up and we'll see how quickly we can get it out.
should I send it to Sammy?
Yes.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
I'll write it up. Picture to follow. There is a picture here, but I don't know how it would,
If you need help finding a picture, I'll find you a picture.
you can't see it. You see it's here.
Yeah.
I
I
see
mean,
it.
we can find a better picture if we
Okay,
need to.
okay. I'm gonna copy that, because I think the
Okay.
history's
There, if you
interesting.
click on this link you sent me, there's 4 or 5 pictures of this hat. So we can just get one of them in.
Okay, I'm not gonna send the picture. Because I
Okay.
don't know where they are.
I do.
Oh,
I'll
they're
talk
on
with
where the link to
they're on
get
the pattern.
Okay. All
And
right, I'll try
Andy,
to-
if you need help, maybe Sharon can show you
Yeah.
what she's talking about.
I might get it, but then I don't know if I can copy it, but
Okay.
I'll try. I'll try to do it tomorrow.
Great. So you will write us a hat article and we will get that
Yes.
out to people. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. I really appreciate everything you do and everything that you contribute. As always, if you have dates, send them to me, Sharon, Amy, and we will get those on the calendar. If anyone has questions or ideas, please send those over. We get our best initiatives and ideas from you and congregants. So any ideas or questions, send those right over. So thank you, everyone, and have a lovely evening.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Have a
you.
good evening,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.